Hi guys, it's David here from Amazing Brain Hacks. Today's video is special in that I'm going to give you 3 secrets on how to maintain the strength of willpower to be able to reach your goals. So, the way you try to reach a goal and maybe halfway through you give in to temptation or something happens and you just give up. Well, with these 3 secrets, you're much more likely to maintain the willpower you need to reach the end of your goal. So, join me on the other side. Thank you. Hi, it's David here from Amazing Brain Hacks, and as I said, I'm going to give you the 3 secrets to maintain the strength of willpower you need to reach those goals that you so much desire. The first one is, and you may have heard of this at some point in the past, is about the mornings. That successful people tend to wake up early in the morning because they know that in those first hours of the day, that's when you get the most done. Now, the reason this happens is, and science has proven this by research, that we only have a certain amount of willpower in the tank, should we say, to use throughout the day. So, if, what tends to happen is that throughout the day things occur, you get temptation or you get tired, and if you want to do things towards the end of the day, it's more difficult because the willpower is getting weaker and weaker. So, for this reason, start in the morning with especially the most difficult things. Get them done first thing and get them out of the way. In fact, Brian Tracy often calls this eat the frog, in the sense of eat the most difficult thing. Swallowing a frog isn't that easy, obviously. So he says get it out of the way, the difficult thing at the beginning of the day. That's the first one. So the morning ritual. Use your willpower in the morning because that's when it's at its strongest. The second one would be the why, because to have the motivation to do anything, especially something difficult, you need a why. And the way I do it is I write down the why, the big why, as to what's pushing me and motivating me to reach this goal. And I also try to write down a series of whys. Like, I would recommend that you write down 10. So I start off with the less, let's say the not the weaker, but the less significant whys, building up to the biggest why of all. So you could say, for example, if you're on a diet, the 10th why, you could write it down. It could be because I want to look good for my colleagues at work, for example, or my friends. And right up to the first why, which could be because I want to get my health back on track. And that's a really important why that's pushing you because you want to be healthy. So 10 whys, write them down, preferably in the morning and the evening, because that's the best time to do it, because that's when your mind is most susceptible and it's able to absorb in the subconscious the ideas of the reasons and the motivation as to what's pushing you and driving you to reach this goal. So the second one is the big why, and write them down morning and evening. Okay, number 3 is accountability. And what I mean by accountability is having someone there who knows what you're doing, and you keep them informed, keep them on track of your progress. Let that person know, like your buddy, someone who is always, how would you say, always familiar with what's going on and knowing how you're progressing. And when you're having a tough time, maybe you could speak to them as well and say to them, look, I'm struggling, but I'm trying to get to this goal. And that person is there to sort of encourage you as well. But most importantly, the accountability is that you don't let this person down and you don't show yourself up to be a loser. So, let's go back again to the idea of dieting. If you've lost 2 kilos in the first week and you've lost 1 kilo the second week, and the third week you start to weaken a bit and you start to eat junk food, well, when you're talking to your accountability partner or your buddy and they see that you haven't lost weight that week, then they're starting to say, what's going on here? And then you feel a sense of duty not to let this person down and not to look foolish in front of them. So the accountability is another strong way of maintaining the strength of your willpower. So there are three secrets, and you might have heard these individually out there somewhere, but I've never come across these three together. And I think if you use all three of these ways of strengthening willpower, you'll get amazing results. So, stick with it and you can do it. And my name is David again from Amazing Brain Hacks. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And share, please, if you like this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.